or anyhow taken to the hospital, I would assume, and there was fire trucks. But the big attraction for me anyways are these waves out here. Check them out. Look at that. Let's flip them around. And there's some swell coming in there at ghost trees in the background, but I'm seeing the biggest waves looks like on the south side. All right. North side. And so that's the south side of the beach right there. And these, look, that's like a mid-size one coming in. Not the best for surfing, doesn't look like. I almost want to go out there though, because you could get out there, probably. And then it's like pretty much a point break, but a left point break. Even though it's a point break, but it's kind of like a beach break at the same time. Then you have these shore breaks right here. Nothing good there. And off in the distance, look at those.
Ready? Set.
By that lonely tree.
There you go. Okay,
And there were even some waves breaking further out. I don't know if you can see them right now. Yeah, you can see there's like a hump on the horizon. Maybe my camera resolution isn't good enough, but yeah, I don't know if that, see, you could see there's like a hump just way in the distance, pretty much straight out from Pebble Beach, ghost trees. And then on this side, we have, look at those waves. Never seen anything like it. I mean, I'm sure it was bigger yesterday and the day before, maybe, and the day before that, but I wasn't here. Look at that, a nice, like this left. Oh, look at this person. Man, that's a parent getting some exercise, right? You ever pushed a stroller through sand? I haven't. Local folks enjoying the amazing experience. And bam, look at that. Look at that massive wave in the background. Man, look at that. It's really hard to tell the size from here, but it's got to be like double or triple overhead still. Wow. And it's kind of just pummeling in all different directions. Yeah, that one, you wouldn't want it to be in the wrong place on that wave. And then the shoulder's kind of collapsing a little bit. I imagine that's because of all the rocks out there. I have no idea. My favorite is a shout out to Brajendra Kumar, official 77. Hey to you too. I love people that ask where's the place when I put it right in the video title. It's Carmel Beach down in Carmel. The south end, well, further south than the Monterey Bay. A couple hours from San Francisco. Very popular place on a day like today. There's a bit of traffic, but not too bad coming down here with all the fancy cars and passing the fields. There weren't people planting really today. There weren't people, harvesting, guess it's not that time of year in the agricultural fields of California. Yeah. But I made it here. And I was thinking about going surfing, but at this point, oh man, look at that. Look at that. Oh, wow. Oh man. That's a lot of power. But it seems like it's hard to tell from here. But the waves seem like they're moving relatively slowly. There's a right. That could have been, for someone that's good at catching beach breaks, could have caught that, but sometimes it can be hard to line things up in Carmel, like where exactly the wave is going to break. But then again, I don't surf here all the time, so it's probably something you just get more skilled at with practice. Look at all these people enjoying their Christmas holidays. They may have flown in from around the world to visit family. Or maybe they live here, finally getting a day off. Let's see if we can get closer to those waves. See if we get a better angle on it. Yeah, so I have no idea what happened to that guy that, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, to be honest, or transgender, whatever. Someone was taken away in an ambulance. And yeah, it's hard to imagine. It's not like there's going to be a lot of people out here surfing today. The waves are much cleaner in Santa Cruz, possibly bigger. I didn't check. I just was like, I want to go to Carmel today. Beach houses. Man walking barefoot. A lot of the beach houses in California, they have that Spanish revival style with the terracotta roof. But then they also have that kind of tech modernism thing with the azure tinted windows and rectilinear construction. A lot of beige, a little too much beige for my liking. But at least these ones have a lot of class. You see a lot of beach houses in the Los Angeles area that are very questionable. And then look, you come to Carmel, there's weird little trails you can go on. And you're like, oh, you realize these are dunes, basically, right? Okay, so we're a little closer now. Oh, someone trying to get rich on the beach there. Look at that, beachcomber. Look at that beachcomber. Looks like he found something? No. Just being thorough. That's one way to experience the beauty of the ocean. And we got that's a little dangerous perhaps, I don't know. First, on big days like this, cartwheels, look at that. Wow. And then, okay, back to the waves. Yeah, it's, okay, here we go, here's one. Whoa. Yeah, man, if you could have caught that right, but then it closes out, but that still would have been a good run. Not that I could have. Actually, that's kind of like the wave I caught yesterday at the hook. And the offshore breeze, man. From here, I can't really feel anything, probably because it's protected by these houses, But even the trees, they don't seem like you don't see the breeze in the trees. But just look out there and it seems like it's almost howling. but that could be an optical illusion. And these dogs, this is a beach people love to walk their dogs at. That dog is having a hell of a time with that stick. Yeah, you gotta, I mean, if those were my kids, I would tell them to be careful, because the undertow here can be a little strong. I understand it's even worse just to the south of here, past the mission. There's like a deadly beach supposedly that has like a crazy drop off, and I've never really seen it breaking good, so I've never been tempted. But yeah, I've heard like a lot of people have died out there. I guess there was someone that passed away, or at least was swept out to sea, just to the north of here, earlier this week. Oh wow, look at that in the distance. Look at that. Look at that. Oh man, you see the sun is catching those waves. Man, that's sort of in the area where they used to allow jet skis. But I didn't know that maybe they surfed where it broke so far out. You know, one day I'll come here and I know there'll be like a lone surfer with super paddle strength paddling into some of these waves. I wonder, I mean, who knows? Maybe there's someone even out there today. But yeah, I actually like this in a way better than Mavericks. As far as a big wave spot, I've actually never seen it break, but just the theory of it, right? The gnarly nature of the trees. I guess it's like that up at Half Moon Bay a bit too. But here it's just, you know, something about Half Moon Bay's proximity to San Francisco makes it just seem more like a suburb of San Francisco than this, which feels like you almost feel like you're on a remote island of some kind, right? Because it's like all these rich people from around the world that come here, and whether for their vacation homes, second homes, third homes, whatever, or just because, you know, this is where they chose to live. And obviously you have that in San Francisco, but you have other things in San Francisco too. Wow. Now that one right there, right? If you got on that wave at the perfect time, it has a pretty manageable slope to it. But it's hard to tell how much power that side of the wave has. Sometimes these big waves are really annoying because, you know, to the extent I've been on them, which is, you know, limited at this point, but it can feel like there's like a ton of bricks in the whitewater just pounding along. But then if you're even like a couple inches, foot or two, let's say, to the wrong side, you can be like, whoa, like I can't even catch this wave. That doesn't even have enough power to propel me forward, and it can be really frustrating. And I think you'll find sometimes, like if you ever do try surfing in larger wave conditions, especially when you're new, you sort of have to be passed by a few of those that you're like, man, if I would have just gone harder, been in a slightly more critical position, I actually would have capitalized. You know, I actually would have, you know, been in the exact right spot. And by the way, the wave would have pushed me to a good spot, to a safe spot. Meanwhile, you know, then you're just sitting there, and then, especially if there's no one on the wave, maybe another one comes and there's someone on it. But that's just the conundrum that we deal with as surfers, right? Wow, look at these. Man, Carmel Beach, strutting its stuff. At Carmel by the Sea in California. Okay, let's try to get closer. Let's see where this leads. Now you can't go past there because there's someone's gate is up there. And I didn't see any signs that said we couldn't go this way. There was an actual path that took me here. Let's get past the dead trees. Pass away from the ghost trees. Back to the path. Oh, wow. Look at that one. That's the nicest right I've seen yet. Over there, although, yeah, little hollowness going. I guess I have to backtrack here. Oh, gonna check. Here we go. We're back. You can see the ocean. There we go. Once again. Mists. That's California living for you. White sand beach. I guess it's not totally whatever. It's not really the sea, it's the ocean. All right, what's going on? Boom. It's kind of cool. I like that. All right, so now we're a bit closer yet. Okay. I don't see any surfers out there. Well, this is probably a good thing. Just, it's really warbly. Not the cleanest, but it's just nice to see that sheer power, right? And then boom, we got some. This is usually a spot right out here. Okay, watch. This will be a good example of what's happening today on this wave, because you can see the wave coming in. It seems like it's gonna have a shoulder to it. Don't see anyone trying to catch it, but it looks a little crumbly, and then boom, pretty much a closeout. Yeah, useless. But in the distance, whoa, man, not something. And a little close one. Close out. And then, what a catch. All right. All right, so now I guess no choice but to head down the beach. It's hard, it'll be hard to tell as we get lower, you know, to see the definition of the waves. The far ones probably look better on the video because the closer waves will look more intense. Yeah, we've got quite a bit of dead seaweed thrashed all the way up here. The bull cup. The dogs love it because there's a million and one sticks they can grab. Looks like a snake, right? Like an anaconda or something. And then people just do this stuff. Like, what is it as humans? We just want to make things stick straight up in the air. That's just like, you know, some Planet of the Apes type shit. Yeah. I'm thinking I should have gone surfing at Steamer Lane today. But I just wanted to get away from Santa Cruz. You know, it takes about an hour or so to get down here to Carmel. And sometimes longer, right? Like, that's the problem with the road at certain parts. If there's an accident, like, it's just 2 lanes at some points. So there's no way to really get around it. And you're just stuck there. And it takes a while for them to clear it. So I was like, and then everything closes here relatively early, and then there are tons of lines on days like today. So you're like, there's almost no point in coming to Carmel, like for a family outing. I mean, if you're not going to be there by like 5 p.m. If you're going for dinner, that's a different story. If you got a weekend planned, obviously that's a different story too. But yeah, if you're trying to work from a coffee shop, which can be its own like difficult thing. They threw the dog's like, where'd it go? You had to be coaxed along, or she. The dog missed it. What's up with this dog, man? That dog failed. Oh, there we go. Good one. Yeah, see, it's hard to tell in the distance what's going on with these waves, but they're huge. Good luck trying to get out there. Feels like we're in an episode of Baywatch almost. Okay, the dog did better that time. I guess that's pickleball, right? Is it? It was such a good movie. Why? Because it subverts your expectations of what a coming-of-age film is supposed to be. It's sort of like, it has elements of like skateboard film. I haven't seen mid-90s, but I feel like there were elements of what mid-90s is. Like that skate movie, which I should probably watch. Even though apparently the director isn't the biggest fan of letting female surfers be female surfers, but that's a whole other story. And then also, like, the thing about Dee Dee, that movie, is that it actually is like the only movie I've seen that feels like the way San Jose feels. Feels like they got the representation right of who the kids are that actually live in, you know, the Fremont area, the San Jose area, and of course even the West Valley area is very similar to that. And also, it had elements of like stoner comedy, but then also like, you know, Asian cinema. Like, it really seemed like it nailed all those different elements. I think a lot of people might not like it just because it doesn't have the typical wins that you would expect for the main character. It's sort of, but that's what I liked about the movie, because you didn't know what was going to happen. You really didn't know. And so, yeah, I wish they would have fictionalized it a little bit more. I mean, I don't know if it's based on a real person. I assume so. But yeah, I wish they would have given him a couple more wins. But then there was just even like the thing where it's sort of like the Barbie movie, in the sense of like people were saying it didn't have to have the typical thing where Barbie ends up with Ken, and that's, or like Frozen, where, you know, okay, it's not about so much, okay, the movie's good because she ends up with like Prince Charming, right? Same with I'm not going to say what happened in the movie, but I think when you watch it, you'll say, okay, there's elements of that, but then elements of something else. I actually read a book by a guy who had a similar sort of story to that. I'll have to do a video on that sometime. Okay, is there someone going the water down there? Is that a surfer? I think that's a surfer. No, like in the distance. Okay, I might have to end the live stream soon just to save my battery so that I can film that surfer. Or maybe they found like a really nice break over there on the inside. That could be the thing. All right, guys, I'm ending the live stream, saving my battery, and we'll take it from there.